Alright, we're going to do a brief video because my arm is not getting that much better actually, and I don't think I can do too much. And today was a really productive day. Well, it was a good day, I did lots of things, and then it all went horribly wrong at the end of the day, and I'm not going to go into why. But I hate plumbing. But anyway, we're okay, we're stable for now. What I did do today though is, so Auckland, I should do things, and here we go, here's things from yesterday. Auckland now has a Lego credited shop, Lego certified shop, I think is what they're called. It's not run by Lego, but it's Lego certified. So that's very exciting, and they've got, so I went there today for the first time. Opened last week, I think, or sometime. I think it opened on Halloween, that's right. So that was very scary. This was supposed to be a Halloween thing, so the whole swamp creature thing was meant to be like a Halloween thing, but I couldn't actually do that on the actual Halloween because my arm was just too tired, and I was too tired. The whole body was too tired. But anyway, today, so instead of going to the opening of the Lego shop on the day that it opened, I waited some time, and I happened to go passing by the area today, so I went there, and I thought I'll have a look at what they've got. And I know they've got this cool that thing with the piece, I don't know, the spare part wall, whatever it's called, the brick wall, pick a brick. So I thought I'd do that, and that's what I got today. So I'm just going to do a quick video to talk about what I picked up. I thought this was actually really good value. Surprisingly good value, but I don't really understand the economics of this. So this was the $16 one. So there's one that's like $32 and it's twice the size. But I guess there's like a little bit of, you get a bit extra. I don't know if you get extra because you probably can stuff a bit more in. I don't know, I think it's just twice the price. I'd probably I'd be interested to see if you could actually get more than twice as much in the twice as much larger size. Or you might as well just get two smaller containers, which I need because you get little containers, and they've got Lego on the top. So let's just quickly see. This is open. I haven't opened this up since I got it. I couldn't quite stuff it in. I think you got to sort of put lots of stuff in there and then sort of push it down, and it won't close properly, and then shake it up a bit, and then get to fill up the top bit. But anyway, I don't know. I don't actually know how these things work. Are they going to be changing the pieces every so often? In which case, they're just going to be getting my money every couple of weeks. I'm just going to drop by. I'm probably going to just drop by every couple of weeks just to pick up a whole bunch of random silly parts. But now, this if there's anything that makes me want to do my own little creations, it's this thing, because the garden scenes I'm going to have. But let's just open up to see what I got, because it was very much garden themed. Themed. So I got at the very, I forgot all about these little flowers to the very end. I don't know how they attach to things though. They don't have, I think they must go in, how do they attach to things? They must go in that little hole that goes in. I think I got a couple of the things they go into. But anyway, I think it's the same size hole as that one. No, it's not. What are these things actually attached to? Well, they look cute, the flowers. And I got some of these. I didn't get as many of these as I was going to get, because you have to attach them to something. But it was all really themed to get garden stuff. Well, that's mainly what they have. But then I got some of these, which I've never had. I don't think I've ever had these before. I should have got more of these, but I don't know what I'm going to use them for except for door arches. And how many fancy mansion houses am I going to make? Not everybody, you don't have to have a fancy mansion house to have one of those over your door, but they could be used for something else. They could be used making paddle steamers, or pretend paddle steamers, like little mini versions of paddle steamers. But I got I got 6 of them, didn't I? I got 1, 2, yeah, at least 6, right? So that's quite a few. And then I got some of these all random small things. These are quite good. And lots of carrot pieces. I'm going to start tipping these things out, otherwise I'm never going to get anywhere. And some eyes. This is the only eyes they had. They're like the ones with little eyelashes. So I figure these are like things that they must get them, like what Lego has like overproduced, and they aren't putting in sets at the moment. And so they need to offload them perhaps, because look at all the pieces you get for 60. This is the same price as like, a slightly larger than the smallest set. I don't know if I can see anything from here. What would be a good example? That little space shuttle thing that I did recently. That was in this price range. So I was thinking I should get like a set like that. Like a set that costs $16, and just cram all the pieces into this bucket to see how they compare. But I mean, by piece count. So I got a lot of carrots. A lot of carrots, the little carrot stems. I mean, these are going to come in great for making. I should have got a lot more of the stems. That would have just been great. So more carrots, and more carrots, and more carrots. There's more carrots than I've ever had in my life. So, but I could have got a lot more. I'm going to go back next week, maybe the week after. Next time I get paid, I'm just going to go back and buy a lot of carrots if they're still there. And I got a couple of these purple things. Because purple is a cool colour. That's the only colour they had, anything of that they had in that colour. And some more of these little rounded smooth bits. Because they're kind of cool. More carrots, and some flame bits. I don't know why I got the flame bits. I just felt like I had to. I should have got the crystal bits instead. But hey, I didn't get any crystals. I ran out of room by the time I got to that part of the thing. But I did get something. More carrots, more carrots, more carrots. You can never have too many carrots. So more carrots, more flames. So you can have flaming carrots. So we can make flame carrots. Look at those flame carrots. They're the best kind of carrots. Right, hot and spicy. And those ones there, and those ones there, and some more flowers. And I got a couple of these little yellow things. I know colours are cool. That's yellow, not, it goes so well with the purple. Oh, there were some more purple things. There was these things here. It's like, you know, that Ninjago phase is over, so they've got to offload the leftover ones of those. And there's a lot of, they had a whole lot of blue lightsaber pieces. It's just, that's all the only one they had, but there's just blue. It's like, wow. There's going to be a lot of Jedis around where I am now, that's for sure. But they didn't have any Jedi, any lightsaber bits, attachment points. Handles. But I got quite a few of these, and I'm kind of proud about these. I wish I got more of them though, but they were like way high up, and there weren't many there, but there were quite a few if you're tall, and you could reach back a bit. Which is a bit rude of them, but I guess they obviously were quite popular because they've mostly been used up. So that's that piece there. I don't even know if I've ever had this piece before, but I got a few, and you know that's because I was reasonably tall and could reach at the back. And so all these, here we go. Here's an attachment thing. So I guess the flower attaches to this. It does. So there you go. So I had to find uses for these flowers. Well, they go on the top of these things, don't they? So they can just go in there. Look at that. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have so much. Like, just think of the garden scenes you can make. So hopefully they have more leafy things, like of different kinds. Look at that! Look at that! It's amazing! So that's well worth it. So we've got more of those. Let's keep going. And they had all these brooms, and I felt like, really? Really? That's not like the kind of piece you need to get a lot of. But I got a few of them. Like, I've had these pieces since I was a kid. In fact, I don't think I've seen a broom that recently, so I feel like I should go back and get more brooms. I got some of these little corner pieces, these little rounded ones, that funny colour I was discussing a while ago. And I think, wait, we're getting down there. So more brooms, more carrots. More of those pieces, 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 more of those pieces. And then some star things, like a whole bunch of these little star ones. So those are good. I actually have no idea what I'll use that for. Well, I didn't get too many of those. I don't know, what, 50 of those? That's not many. And then some blue flowers, which is strange. This little light blue looking flower thing. The very subtle flower is what I would call this one, a subtle flower, because it's not vibrantly, it's not yelling, I am a flower at the world, like this thing is. Though that could be yelling, I am like some weird alien appendage thing that's coming out at you and eating you. So that has other uses. I don't think you're going to get much alien stuff out of this one. But still, there was quite a few. I didn't get that many of those. Like, okay, I got like 100 of those as well. And I got some green ones of those, which also seem really strange because they're more like vegetables. So maybe if you get one of these, like get a carrot stalk, and then that goes on the top. That's a vegetable. Like, it has to be a vegetable. It's got a stalky thing. Can you actually put things on? You can't really put things on the end of those because that would be quite handy. But maybe if you put that on here. That's kind of works out somehow. It works something like that. And I think that's all I got. So there's quite a few of those. Quite a few indeed. But that's the kind of thing you can put down on like a little thing and make a little bed of green. But really, when I think about it, you want to make people make fields out of the carrot stalks. And there were quite a few, like there were lots of other bigger pieces. But I thought, well, you know, you get more value for money. Like, look at this. This is like half this container. That's 500 grams. Because this is like well, not 500 grams. So it's 500 mils. Because this is a 1 litre container. 1.2 litre. That's like 600. Gosh, just keeps getting more and more. I mean, I don't know if that's actually halfway, but you know, that's impressive. I think I will probably go. They actually had like you could build your own minifigure things. Like I'm sure if you've been to a Lego shop, you know all what they have at these places. But this is new for me. They have like a build your own minifigure, but you have to get 3, and that's like $21, $22 or something. And I'm like, well, that seems strangely expensive considering. Like I would think that you'd make those minifigure price, which in New Zealand is not $7. They never cost $7. They're always like 6 is the most you ever have to pay for these, and they're usually like 5, and they're usually on special at like $4.50. And so if they're like you know, so that's what I would think. Like it seems like if you're gonna like have something that's, you know, to put these things in perspective, like this seems for $16 is a lot of Lego pieces for $16. And 3 minifigures for $21, perhaps $22, it does not seem like very good value. So it seems kind of skewed. But you do get to put them together and make them as you want. The people in front of me, or there was like customers in front, and they were like, "No, you have," and they got a minifigure that they made, and then the person was like, "You know, you have to get 3. You can't just get the 1." And they were like, "What? No, we just want the 1. Really?" Just come in a nice little packet though. I can't imagine actually using that service, but you never know. I do hope they have new pieces every so often, but there's still quite a few pieces that I'd like to get a few more of, like some more of these. But they had some good pieces for building stuff with. But I don't know why I got these, but I feel like I should got some more of them. They could have some, like I guess you can kind of make, like you could make them in an entirely new type of building style, just by using only these pieces to make some construction. Because look, they go together really well. And look, we've made a horse. That's a horse. There you go. So that's kind of cool. Oh no, I've gone and got lost in the swamp. Oh, where did they go? Oh, get out of there! It's like they're like in the kiddies thing with the little ball. So what am I going to make with the carrots? They're not cabbages. They're carrots. Yeah, there's something like that. I don't know. I know that they're carrots, but you can actually make really long carrots. So that's something I think no one's ever tried, because no one's ever had this many carrots. So it's going really well. Actually, what do you put? Like, you can't put one there, can you? That's just silly. But we could. Well, what we can do. How much time have I spent doing this? 15 minutes. Seriously? Oh, almost 15 minutes. Well, okay. Well, that is ridiculous. All right. So we'll use the lightsaber sticky to make the most elaborate. I kind of want to put one of those things on. Actually, oh no, I can't. Not with this thing. I got like one of those. Well, no, I got a couple of these. So we missed these things out. These are very important. You know, I'm going to have a lot of uses for that. I will, but this is like a very odd color. They did have one piece that I thought was kind of weird. It was like there's this lampshade piece that came up in a Friends set recently, and I've got one of them. And I was like, ooh, got to look after that piece. And they had a whole pile of them. And I'm like, oh, okay, I've got to go back and get that. And I thought that was a rare piece, but no, they're just giving them away. But I ran out of room in the packet. I had, in fact, to put back. I put a couple of these back because I couldn't quite close the lid. I don't think anyone. I think, like, I know there was another person there, and they were like you know, carefully trying to jam everything in and spending their time. And I can also tell straight away that they were a member of the New Zealand Lego fandom Facebook group thing. And then another person from the I didn't ask them or anything, but they struck up a conversation with somebody else who just turned up, and they were like, and I'm like, yes, this sounds exactly like the people who on that Facebook group. So there you go. That's my new carrot, and I made that from this. So Lego is cool. And Swamp Creature is like, this is the best crowd I've ever seen. I'm going to stop terrorizing the local peoples and go and eat some vegetables. Alright. Have a star. swamp creature. Alright, like, share, subscribe, bye, thanks.